What is going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, as I've said in the past few videos, I'm going to be showing you how to not only fade your own hair but also make your own self-cut system so you can do it at home. Let my hair grow out pretty long for this video and I'll show you how to do it now. So the first thing you guys are going to need, be able to buy a cheap mirror. So I've just bought 3 here. The mirrors each literally cost me $5 from Kmart. I'll see if I can put any links in the description of where I got the things. Then next what I did is I bought 4 hinges. So 1 there, 1 down here, 1 there, and obviously 1 here. Those tiny little hinges only cost me $2 for 4. All up, just the mirror itself only cost me $17. Now, if you guys don't have good lighting in your room, which I don't, only have this one window and then a mirror here, what you guys can do is find some random lamps. I'm sure you have a lamp in your room or something. So this is just my lamp that I used through HSC and just to study and stuff. But that is really good to shine it. And then I just had this random one in the house. So that gives me really good lighting in the mirror. These LEDs used to work, but then they weren't even that good, so I didn't bother to get batteries for them again. These are way better. So yeah, I have very good lighting when I cut. You don't need it this amazing, but it does. I'm sure you could do it next to a window or something and have good enough lighting. And when I cut, I literally just sit down. Some people stand. I like to sit and just chill out for a sec. It's quite nice to just cut your hair. So some people ask me how I cut the back of my hair. So you come in, bring the mirror forward. So here I can see this side in the mirror, and then if you turn it sideways, you can see the back of the camera, so you can see the back of your head while you're cutting. It looks pretty bad on camera, but it's a lot easier in real life, trust me. Yeah, it feels kind of weird at the start, like you're kind of like moving like backwards because you're looking in the reflection. After a while you get completely used to it and it feels normal. Then, if you don't already have just a decent pair of clippers at home, need is literally just this. I've just oiled them up. And make sure, if you want to fade your hair, make sure it has this. That's what you need to fade, the lever. Open and close. I'll be going through how I fade my hair, so don't worry, this will all make sense. And they'll come with the guards you need to fade your hair. This you don't need, that's like proper barbers. And then this is literally just for skin, if you want to do a skin fade. This is literally a face shaver. It cost me like $30 from Woolworths, literally. It's so cheap, but it's actually not bad. But obviously you guys don't need this to cut your hair. You can just do a 0 or whatever you want. One thing I'll say when you guys are cutting hair, make sure that you have a lot of time and you don't have to be in a rush or you're tired or anything like that, because there's many times where I've done that and the haircuts turned out bad because I was either rushing, not feeling up to it, and I just didn't want to do it. Make sure you gotta be in the mood, if you know what I mean. I remember once I had to be out the door in 40 minutes and I faded my own hair. It was the most stressful thing ever. Don't recommend it. When I first started, guys, it does take a while to get used to it. It can take you like an hour and a half up to 2 hours. But now, once you get very good at it, you can get it done in literally 40 minutes. If you want to be cutting your hair a lot, literally do it every week and you will get good fast. And you'll be able to cut your hair in under an hour by yourself for free. Because I know a lot of the world is still in lockdown and a lot of the barbers still aren't open. So this is definitely a better option to then just shaving your head if you didn't want to do that. This is definitely perfect for teenagers at school, because obviously you're not making much money. It's hard to afford haircuts if you want to be fresh every week, because you need to be fresh for school for obvious reasons. And yeah, once you start doing this, it makes going to the barber like an actual treat. Like I go to the barber for special occasions with friends and it makes it so much more exciting. And then the last thing you guys are going to need to cut your hair, which is definitely essential, is
Just
Also, I don't want to keep going on, but it's also a great opportunity to find new songs, because you can just put on a playlist of a genre, like for example, put on a house playlist and you'll find so many new songs because you're just listening through heaps. I'm going to get into it now and I'll be explaining how. So the first thing I like to do when I cut my hair is to just style the top of the hair how you want it to be, just so it's more organized and easier to manage. It'll also allow you to do your fade without any of the long hairs getting in the way. Then the next thing I like to do is use my detailer. You can use your clippers if you don't have a detailer, and just make your fade line. So this is how high you either want your skin, your zero, or whatever length you decide to do your fade with goes up to. So see, I'm just shaving up to a 0 with my detailer.
Trips on goat and now I'm hands off, I got no involvement. Hands off. I can't control bro, but if I tell him shoot then he's got no choice. Last night I had to run a man down screaming don't run, now I got no.
When you make your fade line, you want to take time to make sure it's straight and even on both sides. So check both sides of the mirror as well.
Got a Google her like a bond off, I got the code for the 100th time. My girl just text saying must be nice, but she's sarcastic, car nothing's nice.
So the next thing I could do is grab my shaver, and you just want to go with the shaver not all the way up to your line, just leave a little bit of room under the line so you can fade that in.
For me, risking you'll have to go spend on a G, I'd rather go working safe.
So make sure you're pulling your ears, checking all sides. As you can see, I put a little bit less pressure when I get close to the top of the line. This makes it much easier to fade in after. So once you've finished with your shaver, you're going to grab your detail. I'll show you here, so you can use the clipper closed, so all the way on a 0. Make sure you pull the skin tight, allowing you to cut much shorter of the skin. I much prefer to use my detailer, just since I have it, I may as well use it, as it is a lot better to get rid of the skin line.
Needs a QC to get him offset. Let's nickname the chip got one press. When I first heard it, I thought it was nonsense.
Then you want to brush away excess hair, and we move on to the 4 open. Okay, make sure the lever is open, as you can see here. Then I'm just going to go around my head and go almost all the way up, but flick it at the top to make sure you don't remove too much of your hair. This is just going to make the area much neater and much more manageable, as there is not as much hair and it's just a lot easier.
No, it's our time to capitalize. 24 hours shifts for the next week. No locking off, no napping at 9. Let's go. Old school forward to stay in the QB. Would've got excited and slapped it for 5. Nowadays I can't lie, I got more sense on. Pebble the stain, tell us the line. Sucking that food, yeah, addict for time. Tell her the girl and the magic combine. Just on 90 in a 30 zone. Phone up a cap, make him handle the fine. Man, I had to up off the 2-wheel revs, car nearly fell off, I couldn't manage the bike. So if you see me behind the wheel of a 4-wheel Veeks, don't be acting surprised. Gotta leave Brum before 4 o'clock, it might take an hour to get out the city. Man, don't think it's more calm at Andy's, but I definitely make more at Jimmy's. Been quite a while, I had no scissors, so I gotta do a footstep and find some keys. This is Brum time, man, don't get chingy. From the age of 15, man, put 5 on thingies. Growing up, all I wanted was a dirty with the bells and a black case. And why is my man pulling a mad face? That's the same thing that puts youths in ashtrays. Perimeter check, see man move awkward. My bad man pull up, man, bad man forward. He was on free flow, getting escorted. The only time I hit.
If you look closely now, you can see I have moved to the 2 closed. Now this is when you're going to start seeing the lightness start coming in, especially here now, the 1.5 open. You're going to start seeing the hair become much lighter. You're going to be needing to be a bit more careful now, as this is where you're going to be able to start making more defined fade lines. So you're going to be needing to make sure you get rid of those. Here, the 1.5, you can see it starts to become lighter. You can see that I start to make a fade line between the lighter hair and darker, thicker hair.
Smoke boys, we see the internet talking, but I think you don't need to understand.
I'm going to move to the 1 close. Be careful with this. I'm only going up, not too far, as you can see, as it is making a fade line, which I'm going to have to get rid of.
That's lovely, jubbly. Bro said that car looks funny, it might be nothing, but it might be undies. Duppy for bruv or cuzzy, that's family and that's a mumsy. Do road with bro, that's Bimmer and Benz's.
Now we move on to the 1.5 guard open. This guard is where the fade really starts to come in.
To press it, dead it, I just want Aki. I just get a man smoke like Benson Blemmings. Then go and link mummy.
So we're going to move to it closed now. See how I only just touch the bottom of that fade line and it slowly starts to disappear and the fade starts to come together. After you've done that guard, the next step is to move down to no guard open. Make sure you brush away any excess hairs so you can see the fade.
Hold this weapon till it's frying. Man fly them whole, but some of them bricks they get divided. From young been running from Trident. Came up from the
And see now, as I brush, you can see on the right side a fade actually looks quite nice already.
Brought down whips with mileage. Now when I look back at the throwbacks, me and KK just smile it off. From a Q to a half to a whole block. T-house setting up phone shot.
On this guard, when you're with no guard, you want to keep swapping to open and closed all the time, just keep flicking any lines out that you see. As my right side was done, I felt that there was a little bit too much of a dark patch, so I put the 1.5 guard open on again and I started flicking out at that dark line just to give it a bit more of a lighter look.
Trust me, said it weren't us when she heard us on radio, what she said must be sweets like Kinder, but they come Kit Kat chunky.
When you get to this stage, guys, it's really just all up to you. You want to open and close that guard. When you see lines, just keep playing with it. Keep looking at it with different angles.
No, the feds want all the man them on the landing for the fuckery. I hustle hard, no GoFundMe. I'm a jungle boy in Jumanji.
There you have
And
it.
obviously this mirror is great for shaving. You don't miss any spots on your face as well. Then the thing I always do with my fades is I just get Snapchat out and I just take some flash photos. Make sure the flash is on because you'll see your hair from a different angle and you'll be able to see. As you can see there, I did see a line at the back which I got rid of. Took another photo and it was fine. So here's the finished fade, guys. I was quite happy with it. A nice sharp fade. There does look like there's a line at the back, but I have a little dimple in my head that makes it look like there's a line when there's not. In different lightings it goes. Okay guys, I finished that haircut. I'm actually pretty happy with this haircut. It was decent. The first time you do it, it's definitely not going to be barber quality. My fade isn't perfect, but it's a home fade, you know. Always the day after a fade always looks better because any lines or imperfections will grow out with a little bit of hair growth and it will look really nice the next day. So don't worry about that. It should look fine. And if it's bad anyway, there's always such thing as hats. Put a hat on, wear a hat, let it grow out, have another go, and you'll keep getting better and soon you'll be fine. That haircut with filming, it took me about 45 minutes. So without filming, I'll probably be able to do it in 30-35 minutes. I'd definitely love if you guys could have a go of this. If you have any questions, tell me in the comments, I'll answer 100%. Tell me how your experience went at doing this. If you have any questions about clippers, anything with all that equipment, I'll definitely answer in the comments. Also guys, please check out my barber page on Instagram. It's right here. I'm trying to get 100 followers. I don't have much followers, but I only just started it. Also, on another note, now we are uploading on Renegade every single week. So I want you guys to go in the top link in the description, give us a subscribe because we're going to be putting out quality videos every single week, every single Thursday. So make sure you don't miss that. If you guys really were into this video, I can do more kind of videos like this. I can also do a video on how to cut the top of your hair. I usually just fade the sides and wait for a barber to do the top, but you can do it by yourself if you really need to. For example, if you're in lockdown. If you guys could just like and subscribe, that'd be great because I am trying to get 1,000 subscribers before September 7th because that is when my birthday is and I want to have 1,000 subscribers before I'm 19. That's just a goal of mine. So if you guys could do that, that would mean heaps. I'm definitely going to keep uploading. I'm going to be uploading every single week from now on. Not a certain day, just once a week, always. I'll always make sure I get a video out. I'm filming tomorrow with Leon and Declan. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That video will be after this one. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.
All I wanted was a dirty with the bells and a black case. And why is my man pulling a mad face? That's the same thing that puts youths in ashtrays. Perimeter check, see man move awkward. My bad man pull up, man bad man forward. He was on free flow getting escorted. The only time I hid was from Miss Horton. Pussy.
Well, there's not much I gotta say about this one. Just though 2020 might just be the year of millions. It's Kenny All-Star, Mixtape Madness, Season 5. Let's keep the ball rolling.